Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Toppa Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where the Salve Regina University Seahawks are set to take on the Saints of Emmanuel College in an NCAA Division III women's soccer matchup. Hello again, and welcome. I am Ada Pizzelli, bringing you the call here tonight. It was supposed to be pouring rain. Thankfully, right now, that looks to be holding off. It's a nice, cool, breezy evening here in Newport, and these two teams are ready to go. 669 days since the Seahawks last saw competition. That was in the first round of the 2019 Commonwealth Coast Conference Tournament. That is a long time ago, a long time to wait, but they are excited to be out here tonight. Their first game of the season, same for Emmanuel College. Both teams got a scrimmage in last week trying to knock off some of the rust, but a lot of that will happen here today, the first real competition. For the Saints in net, they will go with Lexi Delarocco, the sophomore from Chester, Connecticut. Meanwhile, the Seahawks will have Georgia Drake, the junior from Plymouth, Massachusetts, between the pipes, making the start on her birthday, of all things. So, a happy birthday to Georgia, and hopefully she can get the best possible birthday present, a win in net here today. Teams ready to go. The first competition of the year for Salve Regina for any sport. This is the first game to kick things off. 3 teams in action today. First here, the women's soccer team, and away we go. Molly Breslin moved it back, and now the Seahawks look to chip it through midfield, and they quickly turn it over. Saints with it near midfield, and it's fired out of play. Hannah Sullivan couldn't get to it. Seahawks will throw in from the near touchline past Megan McLaughlin. She's able to settle it down, runs it back, and now chasing after it. And it's given away to the Saints. Fired across, out back near midfield. Saints will keep it in. Chip to the right side. Touch back out near the 20-yard line. Long distance shot is blocked. Seahawks looking to clear. Saints keep it in. Fired into the box. Once again denied out high. Seahawks again having some trouble getting it out of their own end of the field. And a whistle here. And the Seahawks will take it. Knocked back by the Saints. Ball bounces once at midfield. Headed forward by Addie Legault. And now driven down the left side into Downs. And that'll be last touched by Downs. Saints will throw in Lily Tobin. Wide of the mark. Lifted in the air. This one bouncing towards Drake, and she will snag it. Drake's kick bouncing at midfield. Headed out of play off the Saints. Seahawks will throw in. Bouncing ball headed forward by the Saints. Kicked forward by Chirigatis. Bailey Maurer plays it back. And now driven deep by Delaney. Long run up the right-hand side. And a good job there by the Seahawks getting back to cut off that ball. Out of play, and this will be a goal kick here for the Seahawks. As I said, 669 days from the Seahawks' last official action. Only 6 current Seahawks played in that game. And it's the case for a lot of teams, so much unknown. And it's an odd mix. You have players as there's a turnover here. Seahawks may have a run. McLaughlin had it a little bit behind her, now plays it wide right side. Downs will run onto it. And it's poked away from her on the near side. Downs will look to throw in from the near touchline. Lobs it inside, and the ball is stolen. Taken away by Tobin. And then her outlet is redirected back, and this will be a kick here for the Saints. But a lot of these teams, you have a mix of big senior classes, grad students, and then a whole lot of sophomores, current freshmen, even juniors who maybe in their freshman years, the last time they saw the field, didn't have much time. So no one really knows what anybody has. This one out of play. Saints will retain it. Kicked in the air, out near midfield, headed once, ball up for grabs. Ping pongs around out to midfield, played forward out of McLaughlin's reach, and the goalie will come all the way out. That one was dangerous. Could have put it right on the foot of McLaughlin. Past Emily Smith. Harnish at midfield. Back to her left foot, looking to chip it into space, and out to grab it is Della Rocco. Anna Downs, near side. Looking to chip it to McLaughlin, and that one just missing as well. Ball deflected. Legault trying to move it forward. Now Downs once again for Salve Regina. And her pass is intercepted. That was DeVagnon who stole it, looked to feed it up the far side and just out of the reach. And once again, a goal kick for the Seahawks. And talking before the season, head coach Jane Walsh for Salve Regina was talking about that benefit of having a lot of experienced players like McLaughlin here, who will take it over midfield. Space for McLaughlin, chips it wide. That ball with the spin, Downs will run onto it into the corner. Downs to her left foot, looking across at McLaughlin, trying to get a piece of that. It's going to go wide. Can Harnish chase it down? It's fed out of play. And they'll say last touched by Harnish, so a nifty play in the back end there by DeVignon to get that one out of play and off of Harnish. But back to what head coach Jane Walsh had to say, that her team's going to benefit from a lot of the veteran leadership. And there's 3 graduate students, Molly Breslin, Mia Papiro, and Megan Papiro. A lot of experience there to lean on. And she said that the team couldn't be more complete. It's a high-energy group of quality soccer players from top to bottom. She thinks this could be their strongest season to date for what she's seen early on in camp. I think everybody's just looking to find that rhythm. So early on, it's going to be the veteran players who can find it quicker, one would imagine. Out of play. Seahawks will throw in. Anna Downs from the near touchline. Leary. Harnish from distance, squibs it off her foot, well wide. And coming out to get it is Della Rocco. Seahawks will play it back. Emily Smith. Downs to McLaughlin. She'll dribble it forward. Trying to get around Tobin. Has it knocked free. Trying to turn with it was Zoe Cox. Out to midfield and quickly fed right back in by the Seahawks. Cox hops in the way of it. Smith now off of Cox's foot. Picard. Stopped by McLaughlin. And knocked away from her by Tobin. Seahawks will have it back over midfield on their end. Downs to throw in from the near touchline. Seahawks in the home whites. Moving left to right here in this first half. McLaughlin pulled down from behind. No call there as Smith will try and chase it. Given away on the far side. Harnish steps right in the way, looks to start the break. Smith trying to get that pass through, could not. Tries to step in front of a player for the Saints. That's Davignon again. Harnish sprinting, able to keep it in play softly down the left side. Poked out of play, and the Seahawks will keep it, throwing in deep on the far side. Ball at the top of the box. Saints trying to play keep away. And a nifty move there. Chirigatis taking it away. And now it's fed all the way back down the field. Drake will come 20 yards out of her net to feed it out near midfield. And deflected and taken by the Saints. Bailey Maurer poked away from behind by Downs. Addie Legault in the corner working with Downs, who pokes it out of play. .34-21 to go in the first half. No score. Not a lot of shots either. Ball in the corner, and Downs lays a pretty good lick in the corner. And again, no whistles. Smith plays it on back. Downs. Now McLaughlin. Little give and go. Not on target there. A lot of turnovers for both sides. Picard jumps in front of that one. Touched up the near side off of the foot of Molly Breslin. Given back now to McLaughlin. Has Breslin in the corner. Looks to get it to her there. She's able to run onto it in the near corner. Plays it down the line, right along the end line. McLaughlin can't get in the way of the Saints outlet. Runs it back out to midfield, where Madeline Kowecki dumps it in deep out of play. Saints will throw in. So the last game for the Seahawks was a CCC tournament game in 2019. That was similarly the last action for the Saints. November 5th, 2019 in the GNAC semis. They lost 2-1 to St. Joseph's of Maine. Well, they went on to lose by that same score to Johnson & Wales, the eventual GNAC champion that season. And I guess reigning GNAC champion. No action last year. Tobin battling with Breslin. And now we do get a whistle as the two of them tangle up just over midfield. Downs will boot it away 8 yards over midfield. With the right foot. Downs pokes it away. McLaughlin with space and time. Slowly walking it forward, chased by Tobin. Cox. Smith fires it into the corner. No one home. Seahawks will turn it over. 31-16 and counting to go in the first half. No score. Could hear instruction being yelled out from head coach Francis Ocaro, head coach, first year head coach for the Saints. His first year as a head coach with Emmanuel College, but he has an incredible soccer history. Throwing here from the corner for Salve. We'll get into that in a moment. Pass back to Downs. Downs will run it out of the corner, now up high. Touches it back to Picard. Tobin locks up with her, pokes it out of play. Picard quickly lobs it back in towards Breslin, has it run off her foot. Bouncing out near midfield, past Smith. And now the Saints will carry it out. Legault sprinting down the left side, trying to get around Kawecki. Kawecki knocks her down, and that will stop the break. But a foul against the Seahawks. Kick from about the 15. Delaney will be the one to trigger it for the Saints. High kick. And that one sails wide of the pipe. So talking about Francis Ocaro, he's a Boston University and New England Soccer Hall of Famer. Played 6 years in the MLS, won an MLS Cup, played for the New England Revolution. He was a Defender of the Year, won a U.S. Champions Open Cup, inducted in the New England Soccer Hall of Fame, nominated for the U.S. National Soccer Hall of Fame, and has experience playing for the Nigerian national team in a stint with FC Menem out of Belgium. So an incredible history. He was named a coach back in April. So maybe he figured I've done everything but coach D3 athletics. An incredible resume for him. And he continues to yell out instruction and coaching to his team from the sideline. And a lot of it the simple stuff, which is, honestly, the simple stuff was the things we expected to see be difficult here early on. I'm sure a lot of adrenaline, first action in a while. And we've seen a lot of turnovers. No score, 27-52 to go in the first. Ball deflects out of play, out behind the dugouts of the softball portion of Toppa Field. Seahawks will throw in from that far corner. Lob towards Picard. Touches it into the box. Deflected out by the Saints. Picard trying to get to it. And it's knocked free away from Sophie Lucas. And then a foul here against the Seahawks. Long kick from the Saints. Seahawks will touch it first. Picard sprints to the loose ball. Looking for McLaughlin. Trying to touch it to Downs. Ball deflects favorably here for Salve. Downs trying to get to it. And looking to move away with it is the Saints. Poked out by Downs. Thrown in now by Kennedy Davignon. And actually, she'll hand off. It'll be Tobin. Downs knocks it free. Tobin will throw in again, about 10 yards further up. McLaughlin battling with Hannah Sullivan. Downs pokes it to Picard. Smith now with the return pass. Double teamed at midfield. Fed past Zoe Cox. Breslin trying to run onto it. Breslin, top of the box, trying to chip it to Cox. That's stepped in front of. And foul here against Salve. .25-38 and counting to go in the first half. No score. Not a bunch of scoring chances either. First game of the year for both squads. Kick from midfield. Bouncing, and Drake runs out to snag it in a crowd. Ruggiero. Saints played all the way back to Vignon. Touch to Tobin. Tobin looks to turn. McLaughlin right in her face. Given away to Picard. Deflects off her foot right back to Hannah Sullivan. Downs. Chasing Legault now from behind, who turns back to the inside. Met by McLaughlin. She knocks it away and feeds to Picard. Make this Breslin. Back to Downs. Looking to get it through to Cox. Trying to get it to her foot. Cox stays with it. Fighting her way down the right side. Ball loose at the 30-yard line and just fired up the field by Delaney. Addie Legault all alone wide on the left side. Watched by Anna Downs. Play to the box. Fired back out by the Seahawks. And this time a whistle against the Saints. Seahawks will keep it. Downs throws it in from the near side. Breslin floats it into the corner. McLaughlin trying to chase it down. Looking to fire it in front. Headed towards the goal. Saints will knock it away. Follow-up shot and they score! Emily Smith with the second chance shot. And the first goal of the year for Salve Regina. And we'll give you a second look. McLaughlin had it in the corner. Smith got it. Deflected once, twice. A little bit of volleyball action there. Good fight. And able to get it to the back of the net. Good job there by McLaughlin, too, having to track that one down in the corner. And always a good idea just to get it out in front. Seahawks lead 1-0. Emily Smith, one of those 6 players who are the only remaining players who saw action in the Seahawks last game. A number of players who were on the roster, but It's just crazy to think about the last game almost 700 days ago, just 6 players who can say they last saw action before today. For Smith, obviously her first goal of the year. Seahawks throw in to McLaughlin.
Salve Regina goal.
And our first sub of the game, Haley Dubioso, checks in. Player down for Emmanuel. And McLaughlin, oh, not McLaughlin. Can't tell who that is in the corner either for Salve Regina. Looks like they got maybe a collision. And we'll take a break. Head athletic trainer David Cox will come out onto the field. 1-0 Salve Regina, 21:36 to go in the first half. You're watching NCAA Division III women's soccer action on the Salve Athletics Network. We'll be back. Welcome back to Toppa Field. Seahawks leading 1-0, 21:36 to go in the first half. That was Picard who was down for a moment, but she got up and walked off under her own power. Seems to be perfectly fine. That one goal coming courtesy of Emily Smith, senior from New London, Connecticut. Her first career goal here in the first half of the first game of the year. And the first for Salve in quite some time. And the Saints will give the courtesy play back. Drake with the left foot will fire it forward, bouncing at midfield. Smith able to track it down. Anna Downs on the near side, has it run off her foot. Just a bad spin there of the ball. Tobin. Headed forward. Downs now. Navigating the near side. Plays it out to Cox. Dubioso trying to chase it down. Davignon can't get away from her and just fires it out of play. Downs will throw in from the near side. Plays to McLaughlin. Blindly fires it over her head on the kick. And it will stay Seahawks ball. Deflected away by Kennedy Davignon. Downs this time to throw in. Dubioso trying to track it down. And it will be last touched by her. Saints will throw in on the near touchline, deep in the corner. Tobin fires it in. Seahawks quickly come to double team. Dubioso able to knock it free. Downs trying to fire it into the box. Knocked away by the Saints. Headed forward back again by the Seahawks. A little pinball wizard in the ball finally out near midfield. Smith to keep it in. Cox had it, lost it. And now the Saints will boot it out. Smith, 1-on-2, trying to keep the Saints from running with it. Bailey Maurer. Played it back to Aoife Delaney, and now on the far side, Harnish. Two players go down. Seahawks will advance it forward, and Della Rocco will come out and hold it. 18:50 to go in the first half. 1-0 Salve Regina. Dubioso couldn't get it through to McLaughlin. Drake will come out and grab it. Had Molly Leary there as well. Drake. Low line drive with the left foot out to midfield. Settled down by Tobin. And then given back. And then given away. But McLaughlin can't get there in time. Della Rocco races out to kick it to midfield. Smith can't get it for Salve. Saints with the ball, trying to move it forward from midfield. Smith will play it across. Downs takes it right in the stomach. That is going to hurt. And she's down. Right off the foot of the Saints player. And she got that ball received right back in the breadbasket. That's going to sting. And we will take a break as Dave Cox comes out to check on Downs. Welcome back to the field. Welcome back to the field. Anna Downs able to walk off under her own power. Just had the wind knocked out of her. $17:27 to go here in the first half. Andrew Pizzelli here bringing you the call. Thank you for finding us here on the Salve Athletics Network. First game of the year for Salve Regina women's soccer. First game for the university as a whole. It's been a long time since our fall teams have been in action. Seahawks right now leading 1-0 as McLaughlin will spin away at midfield. Look to play it into space. Cox trying to split the double team. Saints will look to work it out. Harnish, though, knocks it away. Another deflected ball. Saints will throw in from the far side. Chipped out high. Seahawks will drive it out to midfield. Bouncing past Cox. Stepping up is Papiro to get a piece of it. Knocked back in by the Saints. Papiro races to get back in front. Now a try from distance. Drake makes the save and lunges out with the left hand. McLaughlin trying to touch it to Dubioso. Tobin. Dubioso turns. Wanted to chip it to McLaughlin. Cox trying to run in front of it. Emily Rio trying to gain possession. And the Saints will have it here out at midfield. .55 and counting to go in the first half. Kick from midfield into the box and can't be grabbed by the Saints. And we're going to have a corner. And they'll send Tobin into the corner. First corner of the game. Tobin in the far corner left side. Swings the left leg. Ball headed wide of the net. Saints had a chance at it. That was Devagnon with that header chance. Wave of subs here for Salve. As we're under 14 minutes to go here in the first half. Rio has it headed away from her. Saints trying to track it down on the left side. Papiro will turn and fire it out of play. That's Mia Papiro. Her twin sister Megan also on the team. Part of that veteran core that Coach Walsh has raved about. Dubioso tied up with Devignon. Taken back by Afa Delaney. Smith trying to step to it at the 30-yard line. Poked into space. Seahawks looking to work it out now. And a tie up here, and the foul going against the Saints. Sophie Lucas in the fray that time for Salve. Lucas's kick finds Papiro, pushed down from behind. Kick from the 40. Headed forward by the Saints. Popped in the air once again. Dubioso finds it on the ground. Gets it back to Papiro. Papiro, little stutter step. Working her way inside. Shea Miniucci will watch it roll into the corner. Mia Papiro tosses in, trying to find her sister Megan. Miniucci almost had it. Knocked out of play. We'll see which way they go, and they're going to give this as a goal kick here for the Saints. DeVignon's kick. Finds Papier, who plays it across to Lucas. Emily Smith at midfield. Papiro trying to settle it down. Taken by the Saints, played wide into the corner. Lucas out there to challenge. Ball popped high in the air, inside the box, finds the ground. Dangerous spot in the Seahawks. Able to fire it back out. Quickly in again are the Saints. And now a drive to the top of the box. Headed wide. And the Seahawks will just watch it roll out of play. Drake plays it short side and gives it away. Touched out in front. Looking for the shot and just missing is Addie Legault. By a foot. Nearly a very costly turnover for the Seahawks. Drake plays it to the far side now. Papiro on the run far side. Ball deflected out. Seahawks will keep it. 9:20 to go in the first half. Seahawks with the 1-0 lead. Dubioso. Want to get it back to Miniucci. Instead, the Saints with it now. Out at midfield. Tobin trying to navigate her way around two Seahawks. Kept in play. Tobin drives it forward. Seahawks looking to corral it. Bouncing Mia Papiro's way. And fired out into the stands by the Seahawks. So good pressure there from the Saints. And they will throw in Tobin from the near touchline left side. Dubioso has it run off her foot. Saints trying to keep it. Maurer battling with Papiro. Megan Papiro off of Miniucci's foot. Tobin will throw in for the Saints at midfield. 7:50 to go in the first. Better pressure and action here from Emmanuel since they've fallen behind 1-0. Dubioso trying to dribble out of trouble. Able to do so. Got around two. Couldn't get around the third. That was Tobin. Smith into the middle. Papiro up the left side. Looking to turn back to the inside. Fires it across. Dubioso with space. Trying to get to her left foot and got caught up in the turf. Saints with it. Fired away. Mia Papiro keeps it in. Fires it to the top of the box. Dubioso with the left foot spins it towards the net and wide. $6:50 to go in the first half. 1-0 Salve Regina. Line drive kick out to midfield. Legault plays it back. Chirigatis. Up the far side. Molly Leary watches it roll out of play. Seahawks will kick it away. 6:06 and counting to go in the first half. And a whistle here going against the Saints. Clock rolling, 5:23 to go. That one skips off of Dubioso. Saints trying to move it out. Delaney's kick into space. Seahawks rip it back at midfield. Teams trade turnovers. Now Addie Legault up the right side, and the bouncing ball fielded by Drake. Dubioso settles it down on the near side, looks around, plays it into forward, into space. Miniucci stride for stride with Tobin. The two of them battle in the corner, and Tobin able to rip it free. Feeds it forward, but turns it right back over to the Seahawks. Miniucci to Dubioso, trying to get it back to Miniucci in the corner right side, and she's not able to run onto it before it heads out of play. That would have been a similar look to how the Seahawks scored their first goal, except it was McLaughlin in the corner. Six total shots for the Saints, 2 on goal, 5 total shots, 2 on goal for Salve. Legault trying to sprint past Roseman, plays it wide right side. Left-footed kick driven towards the net, headed on the goal, and they score! Pinpoint kick. And tracking that down in the corner for the Saints is Emily Rio. With 3:30 to go to tie the game.
Emmanuel goal scored by number 24, Emily Rio.
Tie game, under 3 to go, first half. Small window there for Rio to head that in. And she went far bar past Drake. This one on the ground, and Smith will turn and just fire it away. Dubioso trying to get away from trouble. Cross field. Lucas fires it out of play. 1:34 to go in the half. Ball deflected in the box. And Drake will sprint out and field it with 1:15 to go. Papiro trying to touch it forward and able to draw the foul here. Tie game with 40 seconds. Long drive from the Saints. Lucas sprinting back for Salve. Tied up for a moment. The ball will roll out of play. Last touch by the Saints. Seahawks will throw in. And no urgency. 20 seconds to go in the half. Lucas lobs it into midfield. 12 seconds to go. Miniucci at midfield.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Delaney
5,
fires it long and deep. No one home for the Saints. And that is how the first half will come to an end. And we are tied up at the end of the first half. Emily Smith, her first career goal, the first goal for Salve Regina, the first goal here tonight. And the Seahawks led 1-0 for most of this half. But the Saints able to even it 1-1. And that'll be the score here at halftime. So nothing much decided here from Newport. We'll take a break, as the teams do as well. You're watching women's soccer action on the Salve Athletics Network. We'll be back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Toppa Field. Start of the second half between Salve Regina and Emmanuel. Game tied at 1. Seahawks led 1-0 thanks to Emily Smith. And then it was Kaylin Briscoe who scored the game-tying goal late in that first half. Seahawks now moving right to left here in the second. McLaughlin will fire it into the far corner. Out of play, and the Seahawks will keep it. Up the near side and out. Seahawks again will retain possession. Gabriella Boyven to toss in the direction of Harnish. Seahawks will throw again. Boyven lobs it far side. McLaughlin trying to go over the top to head it in, and it will go wide. Seahawks head it forward at midfield. Cox looked to step to it for a moment. The Saints had it. And the teams exchanging possession here in the midfield. Seahawks play it back. Leary to the far side, and it downs. Picard want to turn at midfield. Long run here. Leary able to get in front of that kick, sending it wide. That was Addie Legault sprinting to it. Saints to throw in. Bouncing ball. Picard lobs it forward. Seahawks trying to sprint to it. Harnish stands in the way. Harnish can't keep it in play. Turned over by the Saints. Boyven trying to lob it in. And a whistle here against the Saints. Boyven will kick it from the 30-yard line. Right-footed kick. Driven towards the net and spinning wide. That one caught up in the wind. Breeze coming straight across the field right now. From the far side to the near side. You can see the flags on top of the football uprights blowing that way. Emily Smith wanted to play into space. No one there for Salve. Saints working up the far side. Seahawks fired out of bounds. Saints will throw in just from off the end of their bench. Nearly 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Game tied at 1. Harrington drops it back. And this is called offside. Saints to throw in. Given away to Emily Smith. Getting played down that far side. No one there for the Seahawks. McLaughlin steps in front of the pass. Broke it up for a moment. And now given back up top. Here's McLaughlin, but it's called offside. That would have been an excellent opportunity for Salve. There's the kick out to midfield. Bouncing into Seahawk territory. Two Saints get tripped up. Last off the foot of Addie Legault. Errant kick there. Saints will get it back from the far touchline. McLaughlin comes through with it. Finds Picard in a bit of trouble. Looks to drive it deep. Cox near side. Touches it to Boyven. Saints feed it out of play. Boyven will throw in. Into the corner for Harnish. Able to pop it into the air, but out of play. $37-26 and counting to go in the second half. Game tied at 1. Emily Smith and Kaylin Briscoe, the goal scorers. A senior and a freshman. McLaughlin. Back to Downs. Touches it to McLaughlin. Will sprint into the attacking end. Trying to play it wide for Picard. And she's not able to get to it. We'll get a kick here from the Saints. Picard jumps in the passing lane, takes it right side, looking to feed it on the net. Shot is blocked. Out high for Cox, and the save is made. Point blank chance for Cox off the feed from Picard. Saints trying to get it out of trouble. Top of the box, Harnish. 1-on-3, able to feed it towards the net, but a slow roller fielded by Delarocco. But a great sequence there for Salve. Smith jumps in front to block it out of play. Saints to throw in at midfield. Rachel Harrington. Boyven trying to find Emily Smith. Touched along for Cox. Afa Delaney. Boyven battling with Megan McMillan. Smith chips it all the way across. Downs. Out to midfield. Harrington plays it in deep again. Out of Picard's range. Davignon sends it to the far side. Right along the touchline, and this will be Seahawks ball. .34 and counting to go here in the second half. Game tied at 1. Saints with possession. They'll throw in from the far touchline. Seahawks knock it out of play. Saints will keep it. Throwing in deep on the far side. Cox bouncing it out to midfield. Ball in space for Cox. Has Harnish to her left. Zigzags her way. Softly into the corner for McLaughlin. And they're going to call this offside. Another near miss for Salve. Line drive kick. McLaughlin trying to step in the way. Saints keep it at midfield. Across now, Harnish trying to jump out and get to it. McMillan intercepted by Boyven. Bounced into space for Cox. Cox trying to dribble away from trouble. Battling through two Saints. Leary into the middle, Picard. Touches it right side. McLaughlin is the third time's the charm, and that one just missing. As sliding to try and get that in was Picard. And went crashing into the side of the goal. Trying to have a spectacular finish. Some good side-to-side action there for Salve. Very similar to how the Saints got their goal. Picard to McLaughlin. Out high. Intercepted by the Saints. Smith. Wide to Harnish. Dribbling wide left side. Ball still in play. Now it rolls out. Last touch by Catherine Dufour. Boyven has it deflected out. Harnish will throw in. 30 minutes to go here in the second half. Game tied at 1. Harnish lobs it in, and it ricochets right off the foot of Zoe Cox. Seahawks trying to find McLaughlin into the corner wide right side, and the Saints will just spin it out of play. Hannah Sullivan sending it wide and out. Smith. Downs. Long distance try is just wide. Saints with it in deep. Picard just wide of her foot. Smith jumps to it at midfield. Chirigatis trying to feed it forward. Boyven near side. All the way across. McLaughlin. Taken back by the Saints. McLaughlin chasing. And forcing a play all the way back to the keeper. Delarocco boots it to Harrington near side. Harnish chasing after it there. And Cox takes it away. Fires it from distance wide. Ten to 8, the shot advantage for Salve. 4 to 3, the advantage in shots on goal. Saints carry it up the left side. And the Seahawks fire it back out. McLaughlin able to pull it down at midfield. Tripped up for a second. And lost possession. And she's a little shaken up. This one in the box. Boyven just fires it away from trouble. And that ball hit the official, I think. And now some discussion. The official stopped play and picked up the ball. Some discussion here about who will receive the ball. Francis Ocaro lobbying for it to be Emmanuel's ball. That would seem like the fair play. Bounced into the box. Boyven trying to head it out. Still in dangerous territory up top. Seahawks will take it. 26-18 and counting here in the second half. Game still tied at 1. McMillan can't get it away from Boyven. Kept in by Harrington. Chased after by Emily Smith. Saints trying to square it up. They can't. Near side now. Cox looking around. Trying to feed it. And it's taken back by the Saints. Chirigatis. Legault through traffic. Knocked down and a foul here against Salve. And a good opportunity here for Emmanuel. See who will take this kick. You have three Saints all huddled up out near it. Davignon, McMillan, and it looks like Maurer. Actually, that's Hannah Sullivan. McMillan will walk by it. Davignon as well, touched back. Sullivan with the drive, and Drake makes the save. A good little nifty play there, some deception. And the little touch back to Sullivan. Ball bounces out of play. Saints quickly throw back in. Here's Harrington. All the way across. Downs ties up Sullivan and is whistled for the foul. So a kick from 6 yards beyond midfield with 24:05 and counting to go here in the second half. Game tied at 1. Afa Delaney looking for instruction here on where to place this kick. And she'll be waved off. Kennedy Davignon. Long drive headed towards the net, and Drake able to gobble it up. So a couple of quality looks for the Saints off some set pieces. 2 big saves for Georgia Drake. As I said, getting the start here today. Her birthday as well. Throw in for Salve. Harnish pokes it down the line. Seahawks will throw in. Trying to lob it in space for Breslin. Can't cut through 2 Saints, and Della Rocco comes out. Thought about grabbing it, instead feeds it. Harnish will just one-time it well high. It's through the uprights, but that is not the sport we're playing. That was a pretty good kick. 45-yarder. 22 minutes to go in the second half. Kick here from the Saints. Out to midfield. Cox looking to run through it. Heads it wide. Downs looking to carry it forward up the right side. And a corner here for Salve. Kick. Sailed out in front, bounced around, went over the hands of Della Rocco, and then off a Saint. Lucky bounce there for Emmanuel. Harnish tosses in. Cox wanted to cross it and couldn't get her toe on it. Breslin not able to get it through. Here's Smith. Push from behind, and that's an easy call to make. Out in the open. So a dead center kick here. We're about 28 yards away from the goal. Boyven will be the one to take it. And she drives it straight at the net. Bouncing ball is wide. It's been a solid 4 or 5 minutes here of pressure from Salve. After the Saints had a number of chances on some set plays. Short of midfield. Ball bounces away from Harnish. Cox, though, touches it back to Boyven. Harnish out of the pressure, back to Boyven. Trying to float it inside. Breslin tracking it down, and the Saints just feed it out of play. Boyven in the corner along the touchline. Looking for somewhere to go. Throws it in the direction of Harnish. Saints will walk it out. McMillan near side. Last touch by Salve. Sophie Patterson tosses it in. That is wide of the mark, and Salve will get to kick it away. 18:49 and counting to go in the second. Game still tied at 1. Boyven in the corner, off of McMillan. Excuse me, make that Hannah Sullivan. $17:55 in counting here in the second. This is going to be that point of the game. We'll see who has their legs still. Like I said, 669 days since the last game for Salve. Misfire there on the shot. Seahawks will keep it. But obviously the team spent all of last year doing nothing but practicing. Each of these squads got a scrimmage in last week. But for the first real competition, going hard, full 90 minutes, has been quite some time. We'll see who has more finish here. As we tick under 17 minutes to play. Here's Picard. Touching it along. A little give and go. That one deflected by the Saints. Seahawks had numbers. Chirigatis chips it forward. Leary racing back to it. Plays it across the field, given back to the Saints. Fed up the left side. Legault trying to get it on the net. Touched out of play. And which way will this be going? And it will be a corner here for the Saints. Far side corner. It's going to come up short. Seahawks able to knock it away. Played across the field now. Harrington racing in, trying to keep it in play. Giving away to Boyven. Off of Breslin. Saints trying to fire it back in. McMillan now. This play is onside. Drives it at the net. Drake falling down. Snags it with one arm. Some big-time stops by Georgia Drake here in this second half. As I said, making her first career start in the first game of the season for Salve. Saints will throw it in from the far touchline. Ball out high, still up for grabs. Miniucci down the line. That ball staying on the field. All the way deep in the corner now. The Saints have it, nearly given away. Crashing in was Cox. Here comes Picard. She runs into her wall. And now a corner here for Salve. Harnish will go out there. .13:45 and counting. Harnish in the far corner on the left side. Right-footed kick. Headed on the goal and wide. Seahawks with a corner now on the near side. Instead, they'll play it back to Sophie Lucas. Back into the corner. Lucas. Deflected. Lucas with the third time. And that's blocked again. Leary. Lucas. Rosman will just fire it out of play. 12:09. And counting to go here. And some miscommunication here on a sub for the Saints. Harrington initially wanted to head off. Instead, she'll throw in. Harnish breaks that up, chases after it, fires it forward, but out of play. Harrington drops it on back to midfield. Seahawks feed it up and out. Saints will throw in right from in front of the Seahawks bench with 11:13 to go here in the second. And a tie game. Three big saves here in this second half for Georgia Drake. Keeping this game tied on some very quality scoring chances from Emmanuel. Cox playing it into space. Seahawks able to run onto it and not keep it. But we will get another corner. Harnish who will take it again in the far side. Smith. Back to Leary, and, make that Lucas. Missed opportunity for Salve. .930 and counting. Lucas deflects the pass and then absorbs the kick. Legault trying to settle it down. Into the corner, McMillan with space. Looking to cross it out high, running onto it, but not able to get the foot on it was Tobin. Saints lose possession on the far side. Seahawks will throw in. And it goes right off of the Seahawks out of play, so the Saints will get it right back. Tossing it into the attacking end. Bouncing ball. Finds McLaughlin. Lucas. Touch to Smith, who has the lone goal for Salve, her first career goal. 2 first career goals here today. Smith with it for Salve. And then Kaylin Briscoe, freshman, getting it for the Saints. Lucas near side. Softly out to Picard. Chipped all the way across to McLaughlin. Seahawks trying to build it out. Touched into the corner. Cox sprinting to try and get to it in time, and she will not. .725 and counting to go in regulation. Both of these teams tied their scrimmages. McLaughlin deflects it. Picard sprints to it but can't keep possession. Seahawks will play it on back. Leary. Ball up for grabs along the touchline. Kept in play. Jumping in front of it is Lucas. Gives it right back to the Saints along the far side. Space left side. Tobin driving it in front, and it's booted away. Headed forward in a big collision. And we're getting a yellow card there. Can't quite tell which Saint that is being charged the yellow card. And that looks to be Kaylin Briscoe, our goal scorer for the Saints. Eilish O'Neill with the nifty camera work there. And player down for Salve. We will, well, we're about to step aside, but I think that might be Downs. Actually, that's Minucci up to her feet, and okay. That had a number of big hits here in this game. A lot of stoppages. It's been a physical game. And nothing malicious, just well played, hard fought. 6:23 to go here in the second. Game tied at 1. Seahawks will throw in from the far touchline. Bounced out to midfield. Saints trying to play it wide. McMillan trying to track it down in the air. Giving away to Lucas. Trying to get it to McLaughlin in space. And knocked away from her, out of play. And off of her foot. So the Saints will throw in. Ellen Nerger. Catherine Dufour to throw in. Smith to Rosman. Taken away by the Saints. Legault drops it on back for a long drive into the corner. Tobin trying to get to it and cannot keep it in. .5:13 to go in regulation. Bouncing ball. Cox trying to get to it. Tripped up from behind. Seahawks will keep it. Ball just over midfield. And the kick here for Salve. Bouncing ball into the box. McLaughlin trying to turn with it, and it will bounce into the hands of Della Rocco. That one took 2 hops and almost right onto the foot of Megan McLaughlin. McMillan. Leary pokes it away. McMillan now will throw in. 3:49 to go in regulation. Long distance try, and that one easily fielded by Drake. That was Dufour from distance. Big kick from Drake. Bouncing into the attacking end with the topspin will roll all the way in on Della Rocco. Short kick given away to the Seahawks. Ball played into space. Right side driven towards the net, and she scores! What a shot from distance! That might be Emily Smith again. Seahawks take the 2-1 lead with 2:53 to play. Saints now. Desperation time. Bounced on the goal. Drake will grab it. Under 2 to play. .99 seconds to go as Lucas tosses in to McLaughlin, who heads it in deep. Ball knocked out of play. Seahawks will toss in. McLaughlin just trying to play keep away. Feeds it out high, tripped up from behind. And a foul against Emmanuel. As we tick under a minute to play. No rush here from Sophie Lucas. Molly Leary. Patient here. Drives it on the goal, spinning towards the net. That one out in front, booted away. My, oh my, that one looked like it may have crossed the line and been in. An incredible kick. And the final seconds.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
We'll tick off the clock. And that'll do it. The Seahawks rush onto the field and celebrate with Georgia Drake. Her first career start, her first career win. Happy birthday to her. The Seahawks, in dramatic fashion, win 2-1 here tonight.
Salve Regina University 2, Emmanuel College 1.
Seahawks win their first game of the year. As we said at the top, their first game in 669 days. That streak is over. The Seahawks win here tonight. They improve to 1-0. The Saints, meanwhile, fall to 0-1. Next up, for Salve Regina, they will be hitting the road. 3 straight road games at Johnson & Wales, at Rhode Island College. Those games Friday and Saturday. And then at Coast Guard on Wednesday the 8th. And then back here Saturday on the 11th for a game versus Keene State. So, I want to thank our entire staff and production crew. Eilish O'Neill for providing the camera work here tonight. Matt Hurd with public address announcing duties and an extra set of eyes up here in the press box. I want to thank you all for joining and listening along with us here tonight. Once again, your final Salve Regina 2, Emmanuel College 1. I'm Andy Pizzelli. Have a good night, everyone.